During this holiday season, give your loved ones a gift that keeps on giving for the rest of their life. Torpedopod is the only affordable self-growing flower pot that ensures your future food survival. All you do is add soil, seeds, and seedlings to the flower pot and watch your plants grow. Torpedopod can grow nutritious food in such abundance and variety that you can produce more food than your local farm. Visit www.torpedopod.com.
So there's been a report put out about the U.S. economy in relation to black men. Now, black men in the workforce, or the lack of black men in the workforce, has definitely hurt the U.S. economy. So they're saying black men are still having a hard time landing employment. But it's not because black men are lazy, okay? Because, you have people, the white supremacists, they'll say black men are lazy when we know good and well they are the king and queens of lazy. Because if they wasn't the king and queens of lazy, then they wouldn't have had to go get Africans to come build up this land. Because remember, there were colonies in America prior to the landing of African people, okay, that they brought over here to enslave. And their colonies that they had, they failed. Those European settlers were complete failures. They were failing so much that they had to cannibalize each other. Do you understand? So America didn't even get built or nothing was sustained until Africans had to come over here and do it. So we know that how lazy they are. They were lazy for 250 years or so. That's how lazy they are. Black folks ain't got no head start on that kind of laziness. Now, they said the unemployment rate for black men was 7.3% in November 2021, compared to 3.4% among white men, according to the Labor Department data. Now, about 697,000 black men are still looking for work. It's even as the U.S. recorded 10.6 million vacant jobs in November. So the fact is, companies still aren't hiring black men and not hiring them to fill open job results in 50 billion being lost for the U.S. economy. Okay, so even though all these jobs are open, they're still not hiring black men. Why? Are black men not qualified? Black men don't have the education? What is it? Why is it black men aren't being hired? Okay, now black men are excluded from the workforce due to racist hiring practices, as well as being killed in prison at higher rates than other groups. And that's done by design. Now, that was found by a study by the Center for Economic and Policy Research. Yes, black men are heavily policed because you have to understand the black community, if you do the research, right? Any crime that happened is economic. Once you get to the middle class of black people and up, crime is literally non-existent in the black community, right? They don't police white men that way. White men out here dealing drugs, human trafficking, anything you could think of, they're doing, right? Using drugs. They don't jail them. There's no crime bill for white people. You have to understand, black men was mass incarcerated through crime bills, that, especially the last one, that was pushed by Jim Crow Joe and Bill Clinton, your Democrat friends. But you can't say nothing wrong about your Democrat friends at all. Oh, it don't matter what they do. It don't matter. It's just amazing to me because I heard a phone. Oh my God, I heard a phone call from I think it was a caller. I think I was on Tariq Nasheed's show. I heard about, and somebody sent me a link to. And if that's the average Democrat voter, that's black in America, I see why we losing, and we're going to stay losing. We're going to stay at the bottom. Oh my God, the ignorance. Anyway, so these kind of people that vote Democrats in all the time, no matter what, blue no matter who, are just as racist as anybody else. And in the Democrat Party, they want to push the single motherhood. They want to push programs for single mothers. They don't want men. You understand? They don't want no men in the household. That's the big thing about them, the breakup of the family. So they do not want to focus on men, black men in particular, being hired on jobs. Now, they said the void of black men in the workforce has a ripple effect. They say it negatively impacts black men and their families and their community, and the country loses billions a year. Now, let me stop right there. No matter what you think about black men, if black men are economically sound, if black men are doing good, then the black community is doing good. But what the Democrat Party has done is say, let's go ahead and try to elevate the black woman over the black man, because, see, that's the most racist thing they ever pull and the most divisive thing they ever pull, because they know that women do not lead a community. Women cannot lead a community like that. No, it is the men. Listen, it's what God set in order. And when you're out of order with God, that's why things don't work. You can complain about patriarchy or whatever. That's the way God set it up. God created, because most black folks, now you talking about you Christian now, you going to church every Sunday, you're giving your tithes to Rev. So what I'm about to say should be in line of just about 100% of you. If the Lord created man, and then he made woman because he said that it is not good for man to be alone, so let me create woman, right, to be a help meet, not to be the leader, not to do it for the man, to assist the man in what he's doing, right? To do the things that women do. Because according to what the Bible teaches, that most of you black people say you believe in, we all have a gender role to play. Now, when you let the devil come in, you know, and we know who the devil is today. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad told you who is the devil today. It's not hard to figure out who the devil is today. I ain't got to spell it out. You can figure out who the devil is today. The devil told you that it's wrong for you to have your black man leading the household. The devil told you that you as a woman should get a job and you should do this and you should do that. And now the consequences of listening to the devil once again have women in sorrow. Even back in the Bible time, you listen to the devil and it brought in pain and childbearing and death. Listening to the devil now you can't even get married to save your life because you chose career, you chose to listen to feminism and everything that the devil told you to do against your man. And now look what's happening today. I'm just saying, but you say you believe in the Bible, though. I'm only talking about those who believe in the Bible. Because I know how some of you are. Some of you believe in the Bible to the point that when it starts getting at you about what you're doing wrong, that's when you don't want to listen to the Bible no more. But some of you love the devil way more than love God. But oh, that's a whole video for another day. Okay? So think about it. Every woman that has a brother, especially a husband, let's say a husband, because I don't say no man, a husband, and that husband do well for himself, and that husband could take care of the family, and she don't have to worry about much of nothing. That is the most relaxed woman, the most stress-free woman, all of that, okay? If the collective of black men are doing good, then the black community is going to do good. That's why I had to go down that route, okay? Now, they say that if the government focused on closing the black-white jobs gap, it said we could add $30 billion annually to the black community and make significant reduction in black poverty, okay? They said that the figure increased from $30 billion to $50 billion when factoring in black men of prime working age who died or incarcerated in 2020. The incarceration rate of black Americans in local jails was 465 incarcerations per 100,000 of the population, the highest rate of any ethnicity according to the Bureau of Justice Statistics. Once again, that's done by design. Look at the things that we have reported on. The police take forever to go arrest a white man because they don't want to. They let them get away with so many different things. You got to catch them on camera and something that's just completely horrible for them to go to jail, and they know it. They know it's a law for you, and they know it's a law for them. Just as much as I said in my promo for the Passive Aggressive Racism and the System of White Supremacy book that I wrote, one of the first ones. It is two separate laws in this country. And white folks know it. That's why they love, listen, let me tell you something. They love this country more than life itself, because there's no country on earth that will allow them to get away with what they get away with. Hell, they can't even go to certain European countries and get away with what they get away with here. I promise you that they can't. So, oh no, why you think they don't go over there? Why you think they don't want to immigrate to some of these European countries? Because they know good and well, even in their own brethren won't even allow them to get away with the things they get away with here. It is the truth. Because I have so many people that watch me from different European countries, and they write me and tell me, say, man, in my country, if they would even pull half of that stuff they pulling, they would be going to jail. We don't play that over here. Like in Germany, for instance. In Germany, they can't wave that Nazi flag. They can't do that. They can wave it if they want to. They going to jail. But over here, you can wave a Nazi flag. You can Confederate. The Confederate is a freaking flag of traitor. You're a traitor to wave that flag in the United States of America. You are a traitor for that. And it should be a law where you wave that flag, you go into prison for being a traitor to the United States. But they can get away with that situation here, right? They call it freedom. No, that's not freedom, it's terrorism. Now, the Brookings Institute study from last March found that incarcerated black men account for a third of all black men excluded from the labor force. They say black men have always had high unemployment because if you are going to look to a white man for a job, that's just P100. If you're going to look for any white company, they're not going to look out for black men, okay? They're going to look out for their own men first. Then after their own men, then they're going to look out for the women in their community. Then outside of them, they're going to look at, the racial hierarchy in America, okay? So after them, it'll be Asians, because, Asians is right underneath them in America on the racial hierarchy. Then the darker Asians may come underneath them, like the Indians and certain ones like that, right? Then after them, we talking about maybe some Middle Easterners, could come in after that, all right? Then you still have your Hispanic groups. Then you have your black immigrants first. Then black Americans completely second to that. Then in the black Americans, it'll be black women. Then it'll be black men, okay? So black men are at the bottom of the bottom of the bottom when it comes to hiring. Just based on the racial hierarchy in America, if you haven't figured that out yet, okay? The reason it's going to happen until we as a community realize and get out of this looking to massa for everything. And this is the only reason why we're in that position. If studies and data show that you are always going to have high unemployment, black man, then what does that should tell you, black man? Oh, well, I can't go look to this man for my daily bread because this man don't like me. He has proven this for hundreds upon hundreds of years. So what should I do as a black man? I need to create my own business. I need to get me a CDL and go drive trucks. Man, my homeboy just bought a truck, the ones you don't even need a CDL for, and he about to start going pick up loads making money, right? He just invested the money that he had into buying a truck. Awesome thing that he did, right? You can get on social media if you want to, doing podcasts. If you one of them brothers got the gifts of gab, or people really like hearing what you got to say, at the job, everybody always enjoy what you say, enjoy your conversation, make that into something. Let me tell you something, brothers. Due to just the ability for me to speak, ability to me disseminate information and things that I enjoy has created a great life for me and my family and taken me to places that I would have never went if I only had the money when I was working for them folks. Understand? Just the foolishness of preaching, the foolishness of talking have created income that I would never have seen in my life. I come out of Port Arthur, Texas, brothers. And anybody that's from Port Arthur that's watching, shout out to Port Arthur. You know good and well Port Arthur is a go-nowhere town. If I would have stayed in Port Arthur just working a job, not making much money. You don't got nothing going on in Port Arthur. You would never earn, brothers, the amount of money that you want to earn working for somebody else. You got to, and when you know that in the area of employment that these people are against us as black men, or if they hire you, they don't want you to be a supervisor. You're not going to be the CEO. Let's call it what it is. You're just not going to be the CEO like that. And if you get to that point, you're going to sell your soul as a black man to get there. You're going to have to coon and buffoon and shuck and jive to get to that position because they're not comfortable with a real black man. They're not comfortable with a straight alpha black man that's on his stuff. They're not comfortable with you. And brothers, you know that. So they would never have our employment at high numbers. No, it's not going to happen. So the best thing to do is to create your own business. Nobody's going to feel sorry for you, black man. I'm telling you, as a black man, nobody's going to feel sorry for you. Even in our own community, nobody's going to feel sorry for you. You got to get it how you live. But the thing is, you are black men. You are creators. You are builders, right? So tap into that. Laying around and putting up with people's things and looking at this one for a job, or even looking at a female, which is so sad. Some of you black men looking at females and even living on females. I don't understand that way at all. I don't. That's not what men are supposed to do. But we know the deck is stacked against us as black men economically. But we don't have to sit up there and put up with it. Sure, we can call out racism, white supremacy all day, and that's fine, and we should do that, okay? But I don't want black men to get into this, well, we can't do nothing about it. Man, yes, you can. Yes, you can. Just because we are black men and we dealing with these white supremacists don't mean we can't live a good life, live an abundant life as black men to provide for our wives and our children. And even get to the point we can do for our mothers and fathers and grandmamas and all of that. You know what I'm saying? See, a lot of you brothers need to be encouraged on that. Don't ever let racism and white supremacy make you think you can't do well. You can do well. You have to want it bad enough. And I've noticed that every time brothers get into doing businesses on their own, they take off and thrive. They never thrive with the white man. They just don't thrive because he don't want you to. He don't. And if you are thriving, he buck broke you on that job. How many of y'all have had a job in the past and they tried to buck break you on the job? Say all kind of racist jokes to you, see if you put up with it, talk to you any kind of way, put more work on you, or you've been doing the job for years and you train this new little white male come in. They tell you to train this white male to do a job, and then you look up, this white male in 6 months is your supervisor. You've been there 10 freaking years, never late, always doing the right thing, and a little white male, just because they know him, they the cousin of somebody, or that's the son of somebody, whatever, now he's over you telling you what to do. They practice so much white nepotism and all of that. So brothers, we take data like this. We don't just say, oh, look at what happens to us as black men. No, that's not what we do. That's not what I did in my life. Let me speak about me. Yes, I understand as a black man, so many different things are against me. People don't like me or have not liked me in the past. People call me all kind of names and still call me names now. People still don't like me now. Trust me on that. A lot of people don't like me. I'm good with that. A lot of black folks don't like me for a plethora of reasons why they don't like me. Do you think that's going to stop me? Because people don't like me, talk crap about me, or whatever else they try to say about me, all that is going to do is that fuels me, brothers, to do what I'm doing. Understand? I know these folks don't like me. I know even in this space how, we work so hard here to do what we're doing, and we don't get the visibility, we don't get the shine, we don't even get the appreciation for a lot of it. Okay? But is that going to stop me from doing what I'm doing or what I'm seeking to do in the future as a black man? No, nothing's going to stop me. As long as I got breath in my body, at times I can get down, times I can get upset, frustrated. I'm human, right? But it's no excuse for me as a black man to look at anything to say, well, it's okay for me to fail. I'm gonna fail my kids, I'm gonna fail my family because they racist against me, they suppressing me, they doing this to me, they doing that to me. I'm just trying to call black men just to take a stand up, rise up, black man, within yourself and then your confidence with things like this and say, okay, this is the future if I stay working for white people right here. Can't get a job, can't get a promotion. They strategically put black women over you, not because they like black women. They don't like black women at all. But they do that because, they just try to cause strife and all that too. Like I say, they the devil that the Bible speaks of. I'm telling you. Always sowing discord among the brethren. But it's time for black men to create on your own, brothers. Don't run around here looking for a job. Look for creating your own business. It's too easy today. It's too easy. Just do that. If you say, well, I don't know what to do, start finding something to do. Get education. Look at YouTube videos. Look at brothers that may be similar to what you want to do, or anything that you like to do, even as a hobby, right? Could you turn that hobby into something monetizable? You understand? That's what you do, brothers. If you could, look, Master Johnson said, if you can take a hobby that you like and turn that into a business, he said, you'll feel like you can do that for free and you'll make the most money because you enjoying what you're doing. A lot of you brothers don't even like going to work for these people. You know how disrespectful they are. They don't treat you right, whatever. And so listen, because it's not for you to be there. If it was up to me, all black men will walk out of the workforce and start their own job, start their own business, right? And you can start a business while you're working for these folks. I understand, I'm realistic. You got to pay your bills. While you're working for these folks, you start building your business, start getting everything set up for your business. And then you get to the point where your business is making way more money than that check. Then you can say, okay, I can walk off and I'm good. But I just don't want you brothers to ever feel like down about what's going on with you personally, even financially. I've had brothers say, I've applied for so many jobs, they won't hire me. Well, that means the Lord is saying that you need to create your own business, brother. That's all you need to do, create your own business. Because they always going to not treat brothers right in this country. Nobody loves black men. And unfortunately, people in our own community don't love black men either. Anytime you're happy or any little thing, here comes somebody in our community, even male and female. I'm gonna make sure to say that. Always trying to tear down, because this system has taught everybody to hate black men and to keep black men suppressed. Because they know if black men stay suppressed, the black community stays suppressed, and we stay subservient. And that's what they want. They don't want us to thrive. So I'm just telling you today, brothers, it's time for you to get yourself up off that couch. Get up, rise yourself up, and start conquering the world as black men should. You're always using that term kings all the time. Well, kings, they're not sitting around looking for somebody to do something for them. They take charge. Kings win battles, right? But just want to make sure to put out this information about the brothers here and how it's costing U.S. economy, but they don't care. They don't care how much money it's costing them with you out of the workforce. They don't care. That's how much they hate you, brothers and sisters too. But that's how much they hate us. They will lose money based on their hatred for us. Some sick people, actually. Very, very demonic people, but that's not our issue. Our issue is, let's go ahead on and start doing for self, as the Honorable Elijah Muhammad told us to do a long time ago. And black men, take a stand. And the only way you could really take a stand, the best stand you could take here in America, is to create your own business. Thank you for watching, and make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and check out the African Diaspora News Channel app in the Google Play and Apple App Store. Living in America as a black person, you recognize there is one set of laws for you and one set of laws for those, especially in the white community. In our book, Passive Aggressive Racism in the System of White Supremacy, I take you through times in my life when I first started noticing white supremacy. We teach you how to recognize it, identify it, and also counter it in our book. This book is a beginner's course for those that are just starting to wake up and open their eyes to see the system of white supremacy. As a black American person, you must understand this system, because this system is life or death to you. how you handle it, how you deal with it. It can affect your mental health if you don't understand this system. Pick up our book, Passive Aggressive Racism and the System of White Supremacy, today on Amazon.